Once, I was a successful teacher who lives happily as an English language teacher. I had fun with my students and we learned English fruitfully. One day, everything turned into darkness and our lives completely changed from happiness to sadness. Displacement, suffering from shortage of basic life needs, bombings, and school closure. I felt lost, and I no longer have the motivation to do anything but only wait and wait for nothing. Since last August, I had a phone call. Hello? Are you Miss Luzan? Yes, I am. Tomorrow it will be the day of the teaching in a school shelter, but it's a voluntary work. Sure, I will. Thanks. It was one of my happiest moments of my life. I said, there is a hope for something to change in my desperate life. Next morning, I walked to the school shelter. It was about 30 minutes walk. It was very hard to reach the place of the shelter because it was far away from my place. When I reached and entered the school shelter, I was surprised and shocked. Can you guess what happened next? The school was completely changed. It wasn't clean at all. It was crowded with tens and thousands of people. I realized that it will be a challenge for me to teach in a shelter because it's how to gain the student's heart and create a comfort zone for learning rather than teaching English skills. I entered the class and I found some students who were sitting on the floor waiting for their teacher, and at the same time, the people who live in the class as their shelter. I remembered that there was a baby girl who stepped her first step and walked towards me and smiled. I introduced myself and started the lesson. I said to my students, we will start our journey into our Wonderland. The students looked at each other, they smiled and wondered, how can we do that? Day by day, we learned by games, by drawing, and having fun. The students loved learning English too much, and they were waiting eagerly for our English lesson. Last week, one of my students asked me, how many children do you have, teacher? I answered, you can count all the girls in the class and you can know the answer. She smiled. I will not forget her smile because the students realized that we became a family in these terrible situations. Not only teachers and students, but we are all family.